Morning, good evening, and good afternoon from where you are. My name's Kwichiriza Bruce Chris. Still continuing with education about how to get a visa without uh, forgeries, without rejects, without how smoothly you can get a visa. So today we are going to talk about those people who try to work hard and secure the what? The invitation. So when you get an invitation, remember it is not easy to get an invitation. Most of you pay for these conferences. Most of you take your time to apply. Most of you they ask you a lot of questions and you answer them. So you prove that you are worthy getting an invitation. Yes, then after getting them, what is next? You have gotten an invitation now. What is next? Because invitation is not enough. No, it's not enough. So, before actually going back to invitation, you might apply for a conference, and when you apply for a conference, and these people, the owners of conference or the hosts, will ask you to provide some information. And some of information someone can ask you to provide, for example, the work email, to provide the website of your company, that is URL, that is a website. Someone can even tell you to motivate why you want to go. So I'm going to explain one by one. For example, if someone asks you to motivate, someone might say, give us the reasons or motivate. Sometimes they use the word motivate. So most people, they don't know the meaning of motivating. So if someone asks you to motivate, it means you need to come out and look at the conference. What is the conference? Is the conference on engineering? Is the conference on humanitarian? Is the conference on social works? Is the conference on religious? Is the conference on political? Is the conference on like, it depends what the conference is about. So what you need to do is to make sure that you look at the aim of the conference, the mission of the conference. Then you start explaining why should you go there. And okay, for example, if it is a political conference, let me assume it is a political conference. You need to first explain what is the political situation in your country. For example, if the political situation is bad, then you want to know what is this political conference going to aim at. Are they going to look at democracy? Are they going to look at human rights? Are they going to look at mass killing? Is it going to look at like, there are a lot of themes. So look at the theme, then use that theme to motivate and show the need for you to go and attend. And this is normally another question at the embassy. They might ask you, so tell us, why do you want to go for this conference? Why do you want to go for this conference? Then you need also to motivate. You need to tell them, yes, I want to go for this conference because, as you can see, in this country we have a political problems. Yeah? And me being a political activist, I feel like if I go there, I will have more other approaches, maybe other strategic approaches that I can use, for example, to change the political situation in my country. That's enough. Okay, so when they ask for an email, your company email, get me well. They are not, when they ask you your email, they are not meaning the email from Kwikiriza Bruce K at yahoo.gmail.com. No. They need an email, for example, kwikiriza.brucechris at, for example, Uganda Revenue, at UNRA, at intranet, at something like that. You need to, your email, your names, then the company where you are working, then at OG, at UG, at UK, at KU, at KE, Ghana, I don't know, GN, I don't know what you use. Nigeria, I don't know, GL, so like that. So they need something like that. Then when they ask for a company, I mean for the company websites, guys, get to know this. That email that you are providing or the website that you are providing must be hosted. What do I mean hosted? I can create an email or a website, but if I don't pay money for my website to be hosted, my website can never be, like when someone opens it, even if I send it to you, when you open it, it will not show that it is a website because it is not hosted. It is not for free. A website is never for free. So what you need to do, your email, your website must be hosted. And when you talk to the company manager or your friend who has given you that email, I mean that website, you need to ask him, did you host your website? If no, then don't use that website. Okay, so I'm done with that one. Then for a position, you can use any position. And let me tell you again, guys, there is another problem that I want to clarify here. When you apply for a conference as a certain, when you have, for example, a certain position, for example, I might be working as a police officer in the Ministry of Transport in Belgium, for example. I'm giving example. I'm not telling you that's what I do. So tomorrow I can apply for another job and I find myself in the Ministry of Energy, also in the Department of Transport, or in another field. So that does not mean that because I applied the conference when I was in the Ministry of Transport, I must, and yet I left there, I must provide them with the same company where I applied from. No. When you apply for a conference in a certain company, when they ask you for the work email, the website, you can provide any other website, any other company, and email, any other information other than the previous. Because they are not going to follow you, or they are not going to call you and tell you, but last time you applied as someone who works in this department. Now why? People do changes, people do a lot of, they change jobs, people make, they promote them. So don't mind about that. Find a company that has a very good website. Afterwards, find a company that can give you an email, then apply using that one. Okay, good. So the main purpose of this video is, what do you do after getting an invitation? This is a very serious question because we had never gone deeper to explain this. When you have an invitation, it is like 50% towards your getting a visa. 50%, not even 70%. So already remember, 50% getting you 50%, you have done a lot of work. You did research. Remember, our channel is wakening you up to start doing these things by yourself. We are putting a disclaimer to connectors, to the so-called connectors, to the so-called agents. Now, our YouTube channel is, you can do this by yourself. Okay, good. So remember we started with learning how to research. you have researched, you have gotten your a website, you have applied. After applying, those videos are there. You can go and retrieve them. After applying, you can go ahead and get an invitation. You fight after getting an invitation. Now, what is next? This is where we need now to go, because most of you don't know what is next. One, after getting your invitation on your email, look at it. After looking at it, see, does it have any mistake? Did they spell your names well? Is your passport number well written? Because the other one is not a computer, they could make a mistake. Look at your passport number. Was it well written? Look at your names. Were your names well written? These are two important things. Look at the dates. The conference is going to be there. Are the dates well written? If no, write to them again and tell them, Sir, Madam, I received my invitation. Thank you so much, but there is a mistake made on my invitation. Kindly, can you please change my name, or change my passport to this? Or even if your passport was for example, if you applied with the old passport and then by the time you get an invitation, you need to renew it, still you can go ahead and write to them and tell them, dear sir stroke madam, or if you know the person you're talking to, or is a madam or a man, you can go ahead and write to them and tell them, sir or madam, during my application process, I was using this passport, but now I have this passport. I know Brian did this. I advised him to do this, and he did it. Brian Catex. He did it, and indeed he got his invitation corrected. Well, so what do you need after cross-checking and everything is okay? Now you need to gather what they call ties, because the embassy is not going to give you just the papers like that, the visa like that. You need to prove to the embassy that when you go to America, when you go to Canada, when you go to Europe, when you go to UK, when you go to in Australia, anywhere, that you will go back, because they are not 100% sure that you go back. So the only way to prove to them that you go back is to give them the ties. And what are the ties? Ties, for example, you need to provide, if you have children, you need to provide that you have children with birth certificates. Not carrying your children in your car and you take them to the embassy. No. We need a birth certificate from a recognized institution. Each country has a department that processes birth certificates or marriage certificates. So go there and register your children and let them have birth certificates, and attach those birth certificates to the what? To your process, to your papers. What is next? Are you married? If you are married, please attach a marriage certificate. I was telling people yesterday that marriage, you don't need to have this big wedding. If you really need to have your papers work well, you can do what they call civil marriage. Civil marriage, you just register it. I don't know how it works in your country. You can go and ask. You go in the there is a department of civil marriages. Sometimes it is always in Ministry of Registration, something like that, Internal Affair, something like that. You can go and ask. Go and fix what they call civil marriage. Okay, after that civil marriage, get that birth certificate. The process may take you maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Get that marriage certificate, attach it. That is another time. I'm not saying that you must attach all. You can find 1 or 2 or 3. What do you need to do? Do you have a car? Yes. If you have it, please, that car can work as a tie. Register it and let it be in your names, and please you can also include it as a tie. Do you have a family? Do you have what else? Do you have a land title? Yes, if you have a land title, if you have a land, get me well. Most people you have lands there, but is that land recognized by the government, or it is me myself who called you and I told you, you know what, James or White Better, we have here this land. I write for your document that I have sold you this piece of land from here to here. I've sold you. Then I write for you a paper showing you that I have sold you here. That will not work. You need a document from the government. I don't know how they do it in your country, but there must be a legal document indicating that this is you are you are the legal owner of that land. So if you have that document, also photocopy it. Don't put original. Photocopy it and put it. And kindly avoid forging these documents. The documents I have mentioned from A to B to Z, please don't forge them, because the embassy is not stupid enough. They are going to verify each document has a number. So because of that, they can just call the author of those documents, and they will find out if the document is in your names or the document was forged. So be careful. Don't be arrested when they call you to go and pick your passport. Be careful. You might go to pick, they might call you, come and pick your passport, and by the time you reach there, you find Interpol. Fraud is not allowed internationally. You find there Interpol waiting for you. Then another thing is, try as much as possible to work on your bank statement. Bank statement is very paramount, is very, very important. What do I mean by bank statement? When you are when you want to go in the country, you need to prove the embassy or that country, because embassy is like a country. For example, if you go to the embassy of Belgium in Uganda, it is like when you enter there in that embassy, it is like you have stepped in Belgium. For you guys who have never stepped in America, you have been in America. Because when you go to their embassies and you enter there, that is America. You have entered in America. So, bank statements, they must be active. You don't need to have a lot of money on the bank statement, by the way, let me tell you. There are people also who make mistakes. You go ahead, instead of because you want to prove the embassy that you have a lot of money, you just go maybe borrow that money from a bank, or you borrow it from someone, and you bring it, boom, put it on the account. That's wrong. The embassy will need to know the source of that money, unless if you motivate. And let me tell you, even if you motivate, if you tell the embassy that I have sold my house, it means that you are not going to come back. Why are you selling your house to go to America? Sometimes you need to use your knowledge, your common sense. So if you have a lot of money, for example, maybe your brother has a company and he wants maybe to support you, just what you do, just get that money and put it slowly by slowly on your account. And you must prove to the embassy where that money came from. Either by the pay slip, you can prove by pay slip that I've been getting this amount of money from this job, or I do this job, an extra job, or even I have a company that pays me this job, so I'm a boss of that company. How do you prove that company? By registration of the certificate of registration and the tax returns of the company. So guys, don't make a mistake. Most people, they go ahead and make mistakes because you want to go to America and you know that the bank statement needs, for example, 50 millions or 1 million, depending on your currency, or 20 millions, and you go get that amount of money and put it on your account. It is wrong. Your visa will be rejected. So what else do you need? You need also to prove that you have a source of income. You need to have a job back home. You need to prove the embassy that you are not desperate. You have a source of income. Either you have an office, and how do you prove that? You can put a contract, or you can put a pay slip. pay slip of at least 2 or of at least 3 months to show that you have a job, and every year that job pays you money. Okay? So, what else do you need? You need to buy travel insurance. Travel insurance, there is no any plane that you are going to board, even if you are going to Kenya, from Uganda to Kenya, even if you are from Uganda to Rwanda, you need to pay insurance. And how much is insurance? I know most of you see there insurance that covers, for example, 30,000 euros. No, they are not asking you to pay 30,000 euros. You need to pay an insurance of around probably 150 euros or $150. Then that insurance is enough. It will cover all the problems. For example, if you fall sick, or if you die in that country, or if you feel like you need to go back, or if you get a cut, you are in the plane and maybe something falls on you and maybe you get it, or even your bag, if your bag gets lost, that is the insurance that can cover your illness or those problems. So you need it. What else do you need? You need to fill in your application. Application is online. I showed you an example on how to fill in the application for Belgium. It is called visa application for example, Italy, Poland, America, Canada. You find it online. Go download it, follow the instructions like how I did it, go slow and fill it, and after filling it, download it. After downloading it, make an appointment. Make an appointment to go to the embassy, or to go to the third party. The embassy might be using maybe the third party. Look which third party do they use. Then organize yourself. Make sure that you pay the money requested, or carry that money. If it is cash, go with it. Understand how much, and please make sure that you are there on time. If it is 8, make sure that you are there by 7:30. So, and also be careful of some questions at the embassy. These people are not communicating, they are not your friends. Any question that they ask you, answer it with common sense, because most of you think probably when you go there is a day that they are going to call you for interview. No. Some people, they do not have like a day for interview. Some embassies, you go there, the first day you go there to pick forms. In the first day, for example, they will start, or to pick requirements. In the first day that they will start doing what? Asking some questions. Those questions they ask you, they have cameras. They will keep it. So you see them asking, so why do you want to go? How don't you think that Uganda is better than America? Well, I was told that people go to America, they don't come back. And then for you, the way how you answer the question, those questions will determine whether you get a visa. Don't come out and you say, these people are too friendly. No, they are not too friendly, and don't answer them as if it is a friendly question. That is already an interview. Answer them with some common sense. So afterwards, go submit. Be patient. Don't shout at them. They might make you sit there. Maybe your appointment is at 9, and you sit there and they work on you at 11. Please never, if you see they are not at the counter and they are the other side, don't start looking at the hour. Don't start feeling like a gloomy face, putting a gloomy face as if they have delayed you. That can be part of the interview. Just sit and be comfortable and just wait until they call you for an interview or to take your papers. They can just leave you there on the chair, and they go inside there. They'll be monitoring your actions on the camera. So that could be the interview. So, ladies and gentlemen, learn these tricks. When you go to the embassy, or when you go to their centers where you submit, kindly remain polite. Don't touch things. Just remain polite and remain like humble like this. If you need to use your phone, use it. if you need just to be like don't use your phone to call. You can use it maybe to chat or to see the photos or something. So don't make photos, don't do what. So those are tricks that I will keep on helping you here, because most people, you make silly mistakes. You make silly mistakes and they reject your visas just because of small things. So that is for today, guys. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Spread love. I'm becoming all the time to update you, to teach you, like to show you how things are supposed to be done. So for today, I wish you all the best. Bye.